I'm going to start off this week, Nick, and I don't know if I got too much to say, and I don't know if my thoughts are consolidated yet, because I finished it about 2 days ago. I won this game on a Twitter competition.
Finally, you won a Twitter competition.
It is by a publisher called Wales Interactive, who are known for... I know I enter too many Twitter competitions. I must annoy all my followers by going, hey, follow, tag friend. Anyway, I won this one. Wales Interactive are known for their FMV style adventure games, story driven. You know, the one that springs to mind is like The Bunker, and they've done I was going to say Dr. Parnassus, but that's a Heath Ledger movie. This one is by Wales Interactive. It's an FMV thing as well, but it's a found phone kind of situation. If you've ever seen a movie called Unfriended,
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's a movie where everything you see in the movie, it happens on someone's laptop screen. So it's someone surfing the web, it's someone chatting to their friends, it's someone going on a chat site, it's someone doing this, doing that, and then unraveling a mystery as he goes along, and it ends up a little bit supernatural and spooky. This is very similar in that apparently a phone is found at your doorstep, and you're basically holding the phone while you're holding the switch. So as it's a cell phone kind of thing, it's better to hold the switch in your hands and play this, because then you can use the touch screen as if you're using a real phone. And that's it. The game is basically this phone, and you're trying to work out, one, whose phone it is, and then unravel the mystery that opens up of the disappearance of its owner. A girl called Anne, and it basically starts off as if the phone is breaking down and it's corrupted. You know, there's a lot of jerky and flashing, and then there's this distraught video comes on with her screaming, help me, something's happened, really bad has happened to her. And then it goes blank, it looks like it's rebooted, and you have access to Anne's phone. Story-wise, it unfolds mostly through chat systems, and they basically got services just like a normal phone. It's got like the phone app, and you've got all your list of contacts, and you can phone anybody anywhere. But because obviously there's no microphone, so they can't tell you. So when you phone someone, it's always network error, or something pushes you back out to the services it wants you to do. So there's a chats, which is like just a chat service. There's the gallery, which has got photos. Some of the photos have decryption problems, so you have little puzzles, which is another element of the game where you have to overlay photo pictures so there's no fuzzy screen in the picture. So working out these puzzles, you can unlock photos. Then there's a mail server, there's a web browser called Surfer, there's a dating app, which is just like the chats one, called Sparks. There's a Twitter service called Jabber, and there's a video blog called Vlogger. And going through these different services and chatting to your cheating ex-boyfriend, your potential 2 or 3 boyfriends from the Sparks dating app, talking to your best friend, because obviously Anne is a girl, your best friend is another lady, and working out what's happened. It's an intriguing story to start with. A couple of problems is that you've got a cell phone. And now I know this game is to be played on cell phones as well. So if you can imagine playing it on a cell phone, the whole screen would be her cell phone, and it would be perfect. Now in Switch handheld, they've done nothing to rotate the screen, which would have been perfect. So it would have fit the Nintendo Switch screen in a horizontal mode. You play in a landscape. You've got this tiny little third of the screen. It's less than a third of the screen. In the middle is your cell phone. And then the two edges, massive black bars.
Yep.
damn shame, because everything is touchscreen, and you can do it by buttons, but it's a bit cumbersome with buttons. But that makes the touchscreen interface too small.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got to type in messages. You know, you've got to work a lot of puzzles, as in you've got to read, one of your boyfriends, for example, will give you and say, hey, I tell you what, we need to get in touch with a colleague in work, threaten him using blackmail because he's highly perverted and he's been advancing sexually on this girl Anne, so we can blackmail him to get some information. So then you've got to work out reading a website, what the phone number is, then go to the phone app, and you've got to do things like that. And it would be much easier with a bigger touchscreen. Just flip a switch around, and it would have sorted a lot of problems out.
Can you then can you speak to people then? Can you type messages to people and do they respond, or can just read them and then choose a response?
For the most part, it's read them and choose a multiple response. Yeah, so it's got a nice flow to it, actually. You know, the messages are not coming in too fast, they're not coming in too slow, and sometimes they'll send a little voice message so you can listen. Sometimes it's a video message. Video acting, did they act it well? You know, these FMV, you know, they're not the best actors in the world, and it's not quite good enough, to be honest. Just good enough, but not quite there. And most of it then is multiple choice answers. And I can't see either, if I choose this one or choose this one, does it change the story much? I don't think so. Apart from the ending, and I'm not going to give the ending away at all, but there's a choice to be made toward the end. And with that choice, you can see multiple endings. I can't see there being many multiple endings, 4 at the most. And it doesn't make me want to play through it again. When I started playing it, it felt like a cell phone, and it felt very immersive going through this phone. But as the big reveal comes up, it lost something. It did this thing that most movies do for me, and it's kind of supernatural stuff, and this AI is gonna take over the world, and it just didn't sit right. What it did do in places where it made me think, that is smart. For example, I'll give you one example. Right at the beginning, the phone becomes corrupted, and it asks you to enter your information. So I go, it's Anne's phone. I put Anne's name in. So I type in Anne, and it goes, no, what's your name? Oh, okay, I'm Lee Davis. Blah, 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 blah. So as if I'm restarting the phone, and now I'm the user. And then it's asking you questions, you know, to get to know the user. And it basically asked me, what would you rather, if you turned around now, what would you rather see, a floating head or a headless body? So already it's got you thinking, right? I feel like I want to turn around, right? So it's got me there. I said, all right, I'd rather see a headless body. I don't want to see a floating head, right? Then the next question comes up: can I touch your hair? And and the first thing I do is jump to look behind me, and I was thinking, that if the game followed through more on this kind of psychological, making you feel as if you're there with the phone, it would have hit me harder. There were points where it did feel good. Unfortunately, the ending is really unsatisfying, and it's not scary enough. It wasn't scary enough. Shame here. Game Simulacra.
How long did it take you to go through?
I did it in 2 sessions in about 3 hours maximum.
All right, okay, it's not so bad. Not bad for a free game.
Exactly.
A free experience.
Yeah. I did enjoy my time, just didn't go deep enough. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.